So today I wanted to show you how to use our beautiful Butterfly Beauty Thinlet dies to create all kinds of gorgeous layered effects. So we have, there's actually 20 dies in this set, which means it's quite substantial. Lots of little butterflies and flowers and pieces, some of which cut out some of the, like these little butterflies here in this set. But also there's these two large dies. There's one here, and you can see it's quite big, and it has 5 butterflies all attached as one piece. And then there's a second piece that is the same, 5 butterflies all in one piece, and this one layers over the top of the other one. So this one is your thin detail dies, and this one is more broad, so it's your background die. So what I'm going to do is show you how they work together and how you can modify them to suit what you need. I've got a couple that I've already gone ahead and cut out. So I've used black foil to cut out the more detailed thin die. You can see it here, and I've already gone ahead and used a brush to get rid of all those pieces. And you can see it just comes out as one piece. And this one here I've used copper foil to do as the broader, less detailed die. But they're quite beautiful. You could use either of them in their own right, but the idea is that they're meant to layer together so that the one that I've done in the black actually layers, it's more detailed, layers over the less detailed one, so that it becomes like it's a multi-layered image. So they're really, really pretty. You can do a whole bunch of different things with them. I'll just show you a couple of examples. Here I've kept all 5 joined together. It is a lot of butterflies, but I used some of our previously, it's now retired, the Grapefruit Grove celebration foil, which was in a couple of months ago, and I've layered some black foil over the top of that and just popped it on a petal pink background. On this one, this is, I used that same foil colour again, but I actually did like a watercoloured smooshed background, and then I've just used one butterfly. But this is actually the big butterfly from here, and I've actually separated it from the others. So if you think that this is too many butterflies, it's a bit of an overload situation, you can actually separate them and treat them all as separate pieces if you wish, or you could just cut the 2 top ones off and have 3 together. You can do a number of things with them. So what I'm going to do for the purpose of the card I'm doing today is I'm going to separate them. I'm going to start with the piece that goes at the back and just show you how easy it is to separate. So I'm just going to follow the line of this butterfly here, and you can see the others just come off quite easily and can then be trimmed to be complete pieces in their own right. And last one. Okay, so you can see how nice that is when it's just a single piece. And then those 4 butterflies now can be used for another project. And then I've also got this more detailed one, which I'm going to trim the extra butterflies off and keep that centerpiece. With the more detailed butterfly, you do need to be careful, because it actually is much finer to work with, so you just want to be careful that you don't cut through any of the pieces that you don't want to cut through. So I'm just separating this from the others, and now I have one large detailed butterfly, which is the one I want to use. These guys I'm going to put aside and use them on another project. Okay, and you can see how nice this looks when it just layers straight over the top, and you've got that lovely foil colour behind coming through. Okay, so now I have my 2 butterflies ready to go, and I'm just going to put a little bit of snail in the middle and also a little bit down here. You can use whatever adhesive you like. You could use glue dots, or fine tip glue would also work really, really well, but I just like using snail because it's quick and handy, and I just use it on a few key pieces. I don't put it over these pieces here because I don't want the film from the snail to actually cover over those little holes. But I've got just enough snail there to go over the back. And I'm just going to pop that there. So now I have, I hope you can see it, this lovely black detail, shiny detail over the top of the shiny copper, which I think is going to look fabulous when I add it to my card. So just to complete this project, I'm using a piece of shimmery white cardstock, and I'm actually going to smoosh some colour over the back. And the colours that I've chosen, I always start with the lightest colour first. I'm actually using the block, and I'm going to use my So Saffron ink pad, and I'm going to just apply ink to a little over half of my project. And I'm going to add a little of the petal pink because I like these two colours together. It's kind of a springtime colour palette, and just because it's nice to have a little bit of extra colour, we're going to add some Calypso Coral around the top there. And don't worry if you've got lines or anything like that on it, like you can see I have here, because what we're going to do is we're going to use our spritzer and we're going to add some water. So I've just got some water in one of our Stampin' spritzers, and I'm going to spray that. I'm going to start here at the yellow end, and I'm going to make sure that I've got enough water on there that the colour is kind of moving and starting to bleed into the other colours. Okay, you can kind of see that that's moving around on there a little bit. I'm going to bring my piece of paper in, and I'm going to pop this down. You can see it fill in, and I'm going to move it because I want it to colour the entire piece. So I'm kind of just moving it around a little. And you can see I've just got a nice smooshed background. Now you could also use a watercolour wash, you could use any background really, you can just use plain cardstock if you want to, but I do really like this, the way the colour kind of all blends in together like this in a solid way, just because I would like to get a little bit more, let me find clean aqua painter, I'd like to get a little bit more darker colour on this end. I'm actually going to go into the Calypso Coral. Actually a bit more, so give it a good old squeeze, and then I'm going to pick up a bit of that colour that I've just got here in the lid. You can see how it's curled up, and I'm just going to add a little bit more because it's got a fair bit of water in it. I'm just going to add a bit more colour here over the edges. Yep, just to darken it up a little. Okay, that's kind of looking cute. I like that. Now, this goes really very nicely with the butterfly that we just created. See that copper on that orange and yellow background? Isn't that nice? But what I'm going to do, because I've got this black on top, I'm actually going to use the Flourish from the matching stamp set. So this is the stamp set that actually is bundled together with all those framelits. It's called Beauty Abounds. If you're looking for them, they're on page 13 of your catalogue. There they are. So here's all the framelits down here, and here's the Beauty Abounds stamp set. It's got some really lovely samples that they've done here. So I'm going to use black pimento ink, and I can get away with black on this because I've got black foil on my butterflies, so they're all going to work together. And I want this to just sort of come in over this edge. Now, if you wait for this to dry before you do your stamping, you are going to get a crisper image. Which way will I go? I might go this way this time. You can see it's drier down here, so it's a crisper look. Okay, and then this butterfly is going to end up just here like this. Oh, and I've got a smudge of black, but that's okay. That's a good place for our words, don't you think? Just to give you an idea. So the colours I used here were So Saffron, Petal Pink, and Calypso Coral. And you can see I'll be glue dotting him. In fact, I'll Do it now. And because he's only glue dotted in the middle, you can flip his wings up a little, which looks rather nice. And then I'll wait for that to dry and I'll attach it to a card. It does look rather pretty. Here's another example with different colours. This one is the Grapefruit Grove foil, which we no longer have. That's now retired, but the black is over the top, and I used Lemon Lime Twist, this colour, and Bermuda Bay, this colour, those two, to make this beautiful, it's kind of like a deep sea green, and I love the Lemon Lime Twist match with Bermuda Bay. I think this is one of our favourite colours at the moment. It is about to retire, so if you love Lemon Lime Twist, get it before it's gone. And if you have the Lemon Lime Twist ink pad, make sure you have the refill, definitely, before it's gone, so it will last you for years and years. Okay, so that's my little card today. I hope you enjoyed that. Gives you some ideas of different things you can do with the layering of the butterflies, how beautiful they look, depending on the level of detail that you want to have. And I hope you enjoy them.